In this video, we're doing Exodus chapters 6 through 10. The key words have to start with the letter E, and number 6 is the DG sound or SH sound. So we have an edge or edger, something that trims your yard, makes it look nice and neat. So edger, we see on the edger here in this chapter, the lips are falling. So they're falling. That helps us to remember the word faltering. He has faltering lips. Moses did. Moses had faltering lips, which equaled Israel not listening, because Moses has faltering lips. The people Israel, we know that this is Israel because this is a reel. A rod and reel is a reel. So for it represents the word Israel. A real Israel. So because Moses says, hey, he's talking to God, I have faltering lips. And so because I have faltering lips, the people of Israel, they won't listen to me. So if they won't listen to me, what makes you think Pharaoh is going to listen to me? He's using more excuses here. But anyway, so let's go ahead. The next chapter is chapter 7. 7 is G, hard G, so we have an egg. That's our key word. An egg has a staff, and on the ground a serpent. This is where Moses was told by God, throw your staff down on the ground, and when he did, it turned into a serpent or a snake. And then God told him to pick it up by the tail. Ooh, not a wise thing to do unless it's God telling you that, right? So chapter 7, egg. Moses was told by God to throw the staff on the ground, and that's where it turned into a serpent or snake. He picked it up and turned back into a staff or rod. Chapter 8 is the key word is eave, like a gutter that goes on the eave front of your house, or around the trim of your house, the eave of your house. Eve is chapter 8. The Vig tells you it's chapter 8. We have a frog, and we have gnats, and we have flies in this picture. These are the second, third, fourth plagues that God sent against Egypt. The plague of frogs, the plague of gnats, and the plague of flies. Those are the plagues mentioned in chapter 8 of Exodus. Chapter 9. E has to start with a letter E and has to have a P or B in it for chapter 9. So 9 is the letter P. Epi, which is a sword. Epi, and on this sword is a cow, which is livestock, and then the red spots are boils, like big sores you can get, like Job had, and then inside the little white pieces of ice for hell that falls out of the sky, kind of like rain, except it's icy. So in this chapter, 9, Epi, we have 3 more plagues that God puts on the Egyptians. The plague of livestock dying, the plague of boils coming on the people, and the plague of hell falling from the sky. Okay, chapter 9. Chapter 10, D and S is for 10. In this chapter, we have 2 more plagues. The key word is eds. When I was growing up, there was a show on TV called Mr. Ed, the Talking Horse. So this is Mr. Ed, the Talking Horse. And because he's here, you see darkness on one side and you see locusts on the other side. In chapter 10 of Exodus, we have the 8th and 9th plagues. The plague of darkness and the plague of locusts. Chapter 9. Chapter 10, Eds. Chapter 10, Exodus, the plague of darkness and the plague of locusts.